Hey everybody, it's Delicia here. Thanks for tuning into my Cigar Vixen channel. So today I am not smoking a cigar. I have made too many attempts to do these unboxing videos with a lit cigar. I get ash everywhere, my cigar goes out. So I am going to sacrifice my own pleasure of cigar smoking on video to unbox my latest StogieBird shipment. So very excited because I can already see, I just opened the box itself and I can already see like this extra gift. And I love receiving extra gifts. So I'm really excited to share. Here's one. Okay. Before I get too far ahead of myself, let me just say that this particular type of travel humidor is awesome. I'm really excited. Hopefully you are too. So StogieBird, it is, if you're not familiar with it, I'm not sure where you've been because I've been doing these unboxings for StogieBird for quite some time. What I love about this club is it's something that is completely witnessing somebody thinking outside of the box like all the time. Sam is awesome. He happens to be a really fun person in general and always in a good mood, always like searching for that next really exciting thing to like keep all of us really entertained, which is great. So what he told me is that this month of July, the manufacturer of the month or the brand of the month, I always mix it up and call it the wrong thing, brand of the month, which is one of the options that you can choose in your many, many options for StogieBird. There's really a option for everybody. So it's not one of those one size fits all type of clubs. It's literally something you can customize, you can pause, you can add, you can change, you can gift, you can have a friend that you join with. I mean, there's like all these different options if you're not familiar with it. Brand of the month is Sereno cigar this time, and again, as I mentioned already, a spoiler alert, it does come for I believe a limited supply of these, so if you're not sure, don't wait. This is really cool. It comes with this travel humidor. So I'll get into what's inside of each of these babies. Oh, and also with every StogieBird shipment, you get this special little whiff. This is like an ashtray deodorizer, so you can just dump this into your, if you have, hopefully by now, like a Stinky ashtray. It's a brand, not just a Stinky ashtray. But Stinky makes the best, like the industry's best ashtrays. I have several. This is a great little thing that you can pour in there, and it helps to kind of deodorize your little ashtray. If you're having company, if you keep your ashtray like out in your garage or in a semi-enclosed area, again, it's a nice way to just deodorize. So that's a free little gift that comes with every StogieBird shipment. So again, something for everybody. You can choose from the many different options. There's a 2 for $20, a 5 for $40, 8 for $60, the manufacturer or brand of the month, which is also a nice feature. It's $70 and it's a multitude kind of displaying the particular brand that month, like their whole entire line, most of their line, if you will. But it's a great way to kind of experiment and try if there's a brand that you really like, but you've only smoked maybe 1 or 2 of their cigars. So it's a great way to kind of take a look at the majority of their portfolio. It's a great idea. You can also do the buddy system. I talk about that one all the time. I love the buddy system. It's $60. It comes with 4 pairs of cigars. So you and a friend can split it. You can, take turns paying 1 month, the other month, whatever, however you want to do it. You could do the buddy system with your imaginary friend. That's a joke, but it's, it's not far off. But anyways, 4 pairs of cigars. So you can smoke 4 of them and save 4 of them. You can share them. You can do however you want, but it's a total of 8 cigars, 4 pairs. Great idea. Love it. StogieBird is somebody that's really just always thinking outside the box. And this shipment should be including the 4th edition of the Vintage Fresh line, which again, ingenious idea. I love it. Taking old, super legitimately vintage cigar bands that I don't know how he found these. Again, I haven't heard the full story as to how he found these, but something I will kind of give you a sneak peek. I will be doing Instagram Live with Sam Lucia coming up probably in August, so I will be sure to post that on my Instagram. So I'm gonna ask him all these crazy questions like, hey, how did you even manage to, like, who did you run into? Who did you steal from? Like, how'd you get these vintage bands that are so cool? So stay tuned for that. So definitely, if you're not following me or Sam on Instagram, it's a great time to start. That'll be coming up soon. This shipment should be including the 4th edition of that. So I can't wait to see, can't wait to try it. It's always something really exciting. And of course, we still are honoring the special $5 discount. That is the Vixen 5, $5 off. You can add that. I'll put it on the bottom of the video. Be sure to take advantage of that as well. Let's get into the StogieBird 8, which is what my membership is. And I always love the tissue paper. It's so cute. It's always like vintage stuff. And I make jokes about it, but it's actually true. Anybody that gets gifts from me, like family members and people, friends, I reuse the tissue paper because it's just way too cute. So StogieBird tubes, indestructible. You could throw these at people for fun. No, just kidding. You could throw these in your car. You could put these in your beach bag. It's summertime where I am and where most of you are probably. If you're anywhere near the lake, river, beach, these are great tubes to throw your cigars in for your outing, because when you're done, you could choose to reuse them, or if they get dirty, you could toss them, but it keeps your cigars like super protective. I actually save these and I use these in my suitcases when I travel, because I put them extra cigars that I might get from different trips in these tubes, and it keeps them super protective, especially if you keep the StogieBird bag, which this bag alone, I mean, I know people don't really think of these things, but if you were to go to try to buy a bunch of these bags, they would cost you, you know, a decent amount of money, and these are included with your StogieBird subscription, which is cool. So on the back, of course, it gives you all the information that you need. It has a QR code, so just in case you want to access your account directly and you don't want to go through online and search for all that, you could just scan it. It has all the information on how to get a hold of them, you know, the cool, fun facts about, you know, Sam and his life. No, not really, but just interesting things that you can find. You can definitely talk to him on social media. There's like some different Facebook groups that are StogieBird friendly and things like that. So definitely a cool thing. And again, these Boveda approved StogieBird bags will keep your cigars properly humidified and stored for up to a year if need be, provided that you keep your little Boveda pack in there. Let's get into these cigars here. And this is why I don't have a cigar lit, because how would I do it? Let's start off with the first one here. This Taino, this is from Sereno Cigars, who happens to be the brand of the month. So this is included in your any of your StogieBird subscriptions. So whether you have the StogieBird 2, StogieBird 5, or StogieBird 8, you will find this cigar here. This is the Taino from Sereno Cigars. Cute idea. I like the emblem. It's fun. It's simple. I like it. I'm excited. This one's coming out of Nicaragua from the Tabacalera Palma. I didn't know that. Very cool. This is a 5 1/8 by 50 Hamaca, Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, Piloto Cubano on the binder, Dominican Criollo 98, and Piloto Cubano on the filler. Medium strength, and it's been aged for, the filler's been aged for 5 years. It is a new release, so boom. Hit you here first. I like it. And here is the Genius right here. Oh, this is beautiful. So here is the 4th edition now of the Vintage Fresh. This is again a StogieBird exclusive. This is a Sam Lucia brainchild right here. This whole idea, genius. These bands that are right here on this cigar, these are super actual real vintage, not like a throwback trying to mimic a vintage cigar. It's an actual real band. This one doesn't say how old it is, but I'm guessing because all the ones prior have been from like 1920, 1930. This looks right around that same time frame based on like the gold and just the coloring and the picture quality. Really cool. It's called Merchant's Queen. It has a fun little thing. This is interesting. So this has a little tear here mark at the backside of the band, which is kind of funny, kind of different. But just again, another genius idea, taking somewhat newer rolled blends of a cigar and then putting these old, super cool vintage bands on them. Again, Vintage Fresh is born and everybody is happy, including me. Very excited about it. It says Merchant Queen Vintage Fresh, coming out of the Caldwell factory in Dominican Republic. 5 by 50 Robusto, Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, Nicaraguan and Dominican on the filler, a medium strength, and then I misread this because it actually says authentic artifact bands printed in 1920. Yes, StogieBird exclusive, 1920. This band. Anybody that collects cigar bands, these should be like first on your whatever you're making, because this is like just the coolest thing. It has a really nice. It's funny, like if you smell old aging cigars, they kind of have a semi-musty, you know, old tobacco kind of aroma to them. And I don't know how he's managing to pull that off when these cigars, the cigar themselves is not from 1920, okay, just the band, but they have like that vintage feel to them. Whatever they're doing is working. It's a great idea, and it's actually just, they're really good smokes. And I just like the simplicity of the look of the cigar, and it really matches the whole vintage feel to it. So very excited about this one. And let's move on, because there's some really cool named cigars coming up here, including this one, Malditos Bastardos, Lost and Found. Yeah, it's kind of like rat bastards, but not really. Malditos is like a, you know, little bad bastards. Funny name. I think it's funny. Something that you would see like on the Three Amigos movie, maybe if they had a cigar, I don't know, came to mind. So coming out of the Dominican Republic, and it's a 5x50 Robusto, Ecuadorian H200 on the wrapper, Sumatra binder, Corojo Criollo 98 on the filler. Just reading that, this is definitely screaming coffee to me. I just, you know, with the Sumatra, the Corojo, and the Criollo 98. So this is gonna be a great coffee cigar. Doesn't even know it yet, but I bet you it's going to be a great one. This is also a new release from Lost and Found. So again, kind of one of those things that if you're not a member, you're missing out. This one's funny. This is called Protect Your Nuts from La Fábrica. This is being made at the Tabacalera El Artista. We have the 6x54 Gran Toro in the Protect Your Nuts with this funny little squirrel holding a bunch of nuts on it. Cute. Mexican wrapper, Dominican binder, Honduran, Mexican, and Colombian on the filler. Also a new release. Awesome. So that's what, four new releases in this particular one. So if you're a member, again, of StogieBird 5 or 8, you have received, at this point, 4 brand new released cigars, which are awesome and new to only StogieBird. Very cool. Moving along, we have the oldie but goodie here. This is the Leaf by Oscar Island Gym. This is coming out of Nicaragua. This is the Corojo, and also a fabulous coffee cigar if you didn't know that already. And it's a 6x60 Double Toro Corojo wrapper, Honduran binder and filler, medium strength, and rated a 94 by Blind Man's Puff. Fantastic. Now moving on to StogieBird 8. So these last 3 are actually top rated cigars by Cigar Aficionado. The Avo Synchro, this is this one's very aged too. You could tell by just the sticker on it. It's got that gold or that yellowing to it, and then the cellophane itself has that, you know, when it's been sitting and aging for a while, those oils kind of transfer a little bit and it turns the cellophane into more of like that slightly yellow tinge to it. Coming out of the Davidoff of Geneva factory in the Dominican Republic, 6x54 Toro box pressed, Ecuadorian wrapper, Dominican binder, Dominican, Nicaraguan, and Peruvian on the filler, medium strength, rated a 93 in Cigar Aficionado's top 25 of 2016. Avo really needs no introduction. It's been around for a long time. Most of you are very familiar with the Avo brand. If you're not, definitely time to familiarize yourself with it. This one here also has some age to it. This is the Criollo from CAO, coming out of an undisclosed factory in Nicaragua. This is the 6x50 Bomba, Cuban seed Criollo on the wrapper, Nicaraguan binder and filler, medium to full on the strength, rated a 90 by Cigar Aficionado. Has that fun little pigtail cap to it. And then my personal favorite out of the Alec Bradley lineup, the Prensado. Love this cigar. This one's coming out of Honduras from the Tabacos Raíces factory, and it's a 5x50 Robusto featuring a Honduran Trojes wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, Honduran and Nicaraguan on the filler, medium to full on the strength. Also rated a 96 from Cigar Aficionado, top 25 from 2011, 12, and 2014. Very cool. So again, Alec Bradley Prensado. Beautiful. Love that cigar. Actually really like that size too. It's a good vitola to smoke it in. Now for the fun. So this little travel humidor, again, could be yours if you were not a procrastinator and you were part of the brand of the month for July. And so that same little birdie told me that there is a limited supply. So if you're watching this now, there's still maybe hope for you if you go ahead and sign up for that. And again, if you sign up for it and you just decide like, oh, I don't like it, or it's just too much, I can't do all these different, you know, additions, you can always cancel it, pause it, whatever. So definitely a cool option. It's not a hassle to make any changes to your stuff. Here we have some more really awesome stickers because that's really StogieBird's kind of like their trademark. So you have your beautiful 8 cigars, which I mentioned. So Sereno is not necessarily a line that I'm super heavily familiar with. I've smoked, I want to say maybe only one of their cigars. So now I will be pleasantly forced to smoke all 8, which is a nice treat. So a great way to explore their lineup. And so we have 2 of these Taino cigars. Different color, I'm assuming different blends, different vitolas on this one. I actually don't know a lot of information about these, so I'm very curious. I will be learning more, possibly keeping maybe one of them for a review, just because it's something different, and that's always fun. So we have, again, these two different color bands, looks like different wrappers. I'm assuming completely different blends on this Taino from Sereno. And then we have the Sereno 20th Anniversary Royal Medio. So I'm assuming that's meaning maybe medio tiempo somewhere in the blend. I don't know, maybe, perhaps not, perhaps. It's a beautiful girthy bellicoso. So 5.5 by 60 bellicoso on this one. Very nice. And then we have this Sereno 20th Anniversary Royal Maduro. That's looking real beautiful right about now. Also a bellicoso, a little more in my particular wheelhouse with the 52 rain gauge on the bellicoso. My absolute favorite type of bellicoso to smoke is that 52 ring gauge. And I'm so happy that I have this new travel humidor. I will definitely be using it. I misplaced my last one, and this one actually has a lot more depth to it, so it's really cool. And then I like this little bungee cord type of handle, and just really nice. So the final four here, looks like we have this Wayfarer. This is a beautiful vitola, by the way. This is the Dahlia 6 3/4 by 43 Wayfarer. You could tell it has a nice amount of age to it, again, from the color of the cellophane. Very, very pretty. And again, great vitola. And then we have three more out of the Sereno 20th Anniversary. We have the Royal Medio. This is a Robusto Gordo, 5.5 by 60. And then we have the Royal Connecticut, also part of the 20th Anniversary, in this beautiful little torpedo, 6.5 by 52. And last but not least, we have another Royal Maduro, this time in a Toro. So very nice. And again, great way to experience a little bit more about a certain brand that maybe you've had one or two of their cigars, but now, of course, we'll be able to smoke through all 8 of these beautiful cigars from Sereno. So awesome. I'm always excited to go over, you know, what I've received and kind of compare notes. If for those of you who are maybe part of the StogieBird 2 or the 5, or maybe you're on the 8, or maybe you have the buddy system. I actually haven't received any comments from anybody that's on the buddy system. So I'm curious which 4 pairs you get if you are part of the buddy system. Just saying, if you want to drop me a little comment, I'm very curious to see. And as always, I thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out. Sorry I wasn't able to actually light up a cigar and smoke with you, but you can see it's like a lot of things to do, and I need that person to come and like hold my cigar for me. So any volunteers, I'm taking applicants. Anywho, thanks so much again, and I look forward to reading through your comments. Don't forget to use the Vixen 5 for $5 off your order. Be sure to tag me, tag Sam Lucia as StogieBird on Instagram, also on Facebook, and be sure to drop us a line. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Cheers.